Welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play BlazBlue Calamity Trigger. In the last episode, Ragna the Blood Edge and Jin Kisaragi crossed blades yet again. But despite Jin's formidable prowess, Ragna the Blood Edge's determination to overpower his brother and move on with his mission proved to be the superior. But Ragna did leave Jin Kisaragi alive, albeit unconscious, which was the state that Jin was in when he was found by Noel Vermillion and Captain Hazama. But when Noel left Hazama to pursue Ragna the Blood Edge, she realized that Hazama must have known about the fact that there were absolutely no guards or officers or anyone stationed anywhere throughout the Kagutsuchi headquarters, a fact that couldn't even be ignored by the top brass at the NOL, much less Hazama of the intelligence department. And that proves that something is going on beneath the surface. And it seems that our mutual friend Captain Hazama may have his own agenda at work here. But meanwhile, Ragna the Blood Edge has made it all the way down into the chamber of the Cauldron, where the Murakuma unit, Nu 13, still waits in slumber. But there is one obstacle standing between Ragna and his goal. An obstacle known as Hakumen of the Six Heroes. A foe that Ragna has fought many times before, yet in this instance this would technically be his first encounter.
What?
And yet Ragna seems strangely on edge. The moment Ragna sees him, he freezes. Not out of fear, but almost as if he's been hypnotized. No matter how hard he tries to move, Ragna can't lift so much as a finger. That probably might be a side effect of the armor that Hakumen is wearing, the Sanction Susanoo unit, as it's referred to. But little does Ragna realize at this point in time that the mysterious masked man was once his own brother. And going back briefly to one of the alternative endings in Noel Vermillion's story, remember the moment in the military academy between Jin and Noel, where Jin, though still attempting to be cordial with Noel, did sense something strange about her. Noel, on the other hand, when she looked at Jin Kisaragi that one moment, she saw a figure, a tall figure, wearing white armor. That was just one of many clues, amongst others, that Jin Kisaragi and Hakumen are essentially one and the same, despite being from two completely different points in time and causality. None of which helps Ragna in this instance. Even though he is the Grim Reaper, the mighty SS-class criminal feared and hunted by the NOL, Ragna is beside himself when in the presence of Hakumen. Ragna grunts in pain. Every fiber of his body wants to get out of that room as fast as possible, but no matter how much he struggles, his body refuses to respond. All he can do is stand there and stare at the man before him. His face is a mask, and Ragna can't see any eyes to speak of, except for the ones on his armor. But he can't shake the feeling that the creature is staring straight at him, as if it can see straight through him, which Hakumen definitely can at that. Ragna can't blink. The mask. Something about that faceless mask. Fear rolls over him in waves. The thing standing before him is dangerous, far more dangerous than any other foe Ragna has faced. Finally, he manages to force words from his dry throat.
Bastard. Who are you?
I am the end of you.
That's a very vague and cryptic statement there from you, Hakumen, but you're not wrong. Jubei's words echo through Ragna's head, that ominous warning.
Don't need to. You'll understand when you meet him.
So the one that Jubei was referring to was in fact Hakumen himself, and even Jubei would not interfere in this particular instance, even though Hakumen is one of his old comrades.
This can't get any worse.
Famous last words, Ragna. By uttering those words, you just ensured that this situation is going to get much worse.
Is something the matter?
And Hakumen knows that.
You seem to be shaking, Ragna the Blood Edge. Is this pitiful child truly the most powerful this world has to offer?
Well, it was the Noel that believed that Ragna was one of the most powerful foes they had ever faced, but be that as it may, Ragna the Blood Edge has a long way to go before he can ever be compared to the likes of Jubei of the Six Heroes, and even Ragna himself would concede that truth. His voice echoes across the room as he unsheathes a sword as tall as he is. The sword is a brilliant silver, and it shines with a cool hard light. Ragna feels a drop of cold sweat trickle down his spine. He understands what's about to happen all too well. It terrifies him.
The darkness that infects our world springs from you, a font of evil. I shall staunch that flow and put an end to you.
But that is Hakumen's objective, ever since he took on that identity. Ragna strains to move his body, drawing out all the energy he has left. It isn't enough. He remains trapped, paralyzed. All he can do is stand and watch. But he doesn't give up. He can't give up. One thought echoes through his mind. I can't let it end here.
Why don't you put an end to your life instead, you son of a bitch? Cut the crap and just bring it on!
Well, if you insist, Ragna.
I am the White Void. I wipe the slate of the world clean, that it may begin anew. I am Hakumen!
And he is definitely going to be the end of us.
The end has come!
If we're not careful. Once again, fighting our favorite adversary, Hakumen of the Six Heroes. Oh boy. This is going to be a very interesting encounter indeed. But hopefully we should be able to hold fast and try and get some momentum going. Get a Hell's Fan going. Oh. Get back here. Oh, get some health back. Some attack going. Oh. Oh. Time to get some health back. Definitely replenishing that health. Okay. Just try and fight back with everything we have. Oh god. Oh, you. Try and finish you off at the Infernal Dividers. We are not doing too well health-wise. We actually took a hell of a beating.
You are finished, Dark One. Return now to the maelstrom of chaos from whence you were born.
And Hakumen, despite taking an incredible beating himself, is still leagues ahead of where Ragna is at this moment.
Oh, crap!
Yeah, there is nothing we can do in this situation. Once Hakumen swings that sword, it's all but over.
The end has come for you, Dark One. The sword descends! What? How dare you interrupt me? Get out of my way, Vermillion!
But it seems that Kokonoe once again intervening with the spatial phenomena ability, trying to whisk Hakumen back as quickly as possible.
Hey! What the hell's going on?
I can tell you exactly what's going on, Ragna. Hakumen is still here. Every single other time we fought him, in other incarnations, Hakumen was always whisked away at the last minute at the 11th hour by Kokonoe from Sector 7. But not in this instance, and once again that terrible pull of doom from Jubei. Things might not go the way you think this time. Things are going to be different. And this is one such difference. And Hakumen still being here is a bad thing. You said it couldn't get worse, Ragna. I beg to differ, because Hakumen's presence means that the situation just got worse.
Impossible! The causal interruption has been dispelled?
It seems that Hakumen's ego and will and spirit have proven to be far more powerful than your substantiation technology, Kokonoe.
Hey, get the hell out of there, now! You aren't strong enough to beat him!
No, we are not. Not in our current state.
Who the hell are you? Stop talking inside my head.
Using a communication as I see. Not that that matters in this situation.
That doesn't matter! Just get the hell out of there!
Don't need to tell us twice, Kokonoe, but we're in pretty bad shape as it is.
Tiger, can you move at all?
Sorry, Kokonoe. I'm tied up.
Tiger! Hey, Tiger!
I think that was Iron Tiger, followed by a sound that may or may not have been Arakune. In any event, we can't expect help from Tiger, so we're pretty much on our own. Don't suppose you could use that teleportation intervention on us while we're at it? No. Given where we are and given the situation and circumstances at hand, even if she did have one for us as a get-out-of-jail-free card, there's no point in using it.
Who the hell are you? Damn it! Somebody tell me what the hell's going on here!
It's safe to say, Ragna, that we are in absolute trouble. More trouble than we have ever been before.
Your time is done, Ragna the Blood Edge. The ruler of the Netherworld calls your name.
As much as I want to get the hell out of here, I don't think I can.
No, indeed, because I think Hakumen might be right on this one. We are pretty much at the end of our rope here. Only a miracle can get Ragna out of this particular situation. So when we return, adventurers, we shall have to hope that either Ragna gets that miracle, or something else might actually intervene on his behalf, although I'm not certainly anticipating as much. But as always, adventurers, until next we meet.